Dave Palumbo here with Muscle Serpents University, and I'm holding a double het snow carpet python here, and I'm going to show you her litter from 2018 that you guys have not seen but have asked me about. Stay tuned. I'm standing here with this beautiful double het albino axanthic, aka snow carpet python. This beautiful girl gave me 39 eggs in 2018. We're going to see some of the babies in a minute. You know, the snow carpet python in the US is still pretty rare. You know, in Australia they already got the moon glow, but not many people have snows. We produced one male this past year. You guys are going to get a chance to see her. See him, I should say. She might be loaded with eggs. I've been breeding her again to do this repeat breeding for this season. I can't wait to see if we get some more snows. It's really exciting. That albino combined with that axanthic gene that removes yellows really gives you a nice looking whitish carpet python. After all, that's what we're after, the pure white. One of these days, I think we're gonna hit it here in the United States. We're gonna hit that moon glow. I hope to be one of the first to do that, but this girl is just beautiful and she's ready to lay eggs probably in the next couple of weeks. She just shed. Hopefully in 30 days we'll see some eggs from her. But guys, let's go get some of her babies from 2018 and see what we made. All right, so this first snake is kind of representative of what a lot of the babies came out looking like. And this would be what we would call a 66% double het snow or double het albino axanthic. It didn't get the albino gene and it didn't get the axanthic gene, although it could possibly be het for both. Now, the axanthic gene is one of these genes that you sometimes can see visually when it's in its het form. I'm not an expert by any means, but it's important to also understand that carpet pythons, when they're first born, don't look like their adult form. They're very dark. You don't really see what you're actually getting. And a lot of times it's better to wait a year. These are not a year old yet, but they're starting to get their adult coloration. That's why I waited so long to do this video. I haven't even listed a single snake for sale yet, and you know I have quite a few of these. This is a beautiful snake. I mean, if you brought this home as a pet, this would be awesome. And once again, this is a 66% pos het albino axanthic, or as we would say, double het snow. And like I said, we got a bunch of them that look like this. Now we're going to go and we're going to see one step further. Now this baby here, as you can see, is a lot lighter than the other one, which almost leads me to believe that the other one may be exhibiting het axanthic traits. This one, as you can see, has got a nice red eye, very light. It almost looks like a little caramelly, but it's not, you know, it's not. And once again, this is another double het snow. Oh, I got some poopies on my hand already. It's pos het albino, pos het axanthic, and just a really pretty snake. And you know, once again, anyone who picks up some of these double hets, like a pair of these, I mean, you guys can hit the bullseye and really get a great deal, because obviously the 66%ers are not going to go for as much money as the visuals would. And just to show you that discrepancy, I would put them both next to each other, except it's really hard because these carpets don't play nice. They're not like the ball pythons that just kind of lay there. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, this is our next little boy we're going to look at, and this is what I would consider an axanthic. And the way you can tell it's axanthic, and that means once again lack of yellow pigment. If you look at the eye, it's got that silver eye. The silver eye gives away the axanthic. Otherwise, it's kind of hard sometimes to differentiate. But if you look at him compared to the last one we looked at, I mean, he's like a black and white snake almost. And once again, he still hasn't hit his adult form. He's still got he's a little darker. I think we're going to see a little bit more white show up as he gets a little older. He's not a year old yet. I think he's still changing. But this is, you know, this in and of itself, an axanthic carpet python is just super cool. Especially, to me, the eyes are everything. That's always why I thought I liked albino. I love the red eyes, but silver eyes is pretty cool too, if you think about it. I mean, that's just exquisite. And once again, I think the real attraction to the carpet pythons is just that, once again, that oriental rug look to them that they have, and that pattern. And it's like it's never the same. You never find a snake that has the same pattern. You know, you can look at ball pythons and other pythons and they kind of have similar patterns, but The carpets are just so unique in the way they look. And of course they got that nice prehensile tail, which makes it really easy for them to grip onto things and you know, climb a little better. And they're just, if you're looking for an interactive snake that's going to be a little bit more come out and play type of snake, then this is the one you want to do it with, that's for sure. All right, let's go one step further than this. Let's take a look at an albino now. So this is an albino, visual albino, Poshet axanthic, and I should mention the axanthic we just saw was Poshet albino, 66%. So remember, the parents were double het snow. So if we have a visual that's only displaying visually one trait, one recessive trait, then it's 66% Poshet for the other one. So the other snake we saw was axanthic Poshet albino, 66%, and this is albino. And once again, this albino still hasn't come into its adult coloration yet. If you look at the head, it's really, you're starting to see some really nice delineations. Obviously the red eyes for the albino, but you're going to see a lot more white coming into this and a lot more, I guess you could say, delineation of its pattern. But once again, it's finally starting to look like the adult form of an albino carpet python. These are actually, I'm going to be probably selling almost all these carpet pythons will be available. I'll probably keep, you'll see what I'm going to keep. I haven't showed you that one yet. That's the next step up. But these, I have a couple of albinos that came out really nice and really nicely colored. And once again, they're all Poshet axanthic, where they're 66% better than Poshet. You know, usually when we say Poshet, we mean 50%, but these are 66% because both parents had the gene and they're getting to the fun stage. When they're really little and they're born, you would be shocked how small these carpet pythons are when they're little. I mean, they're really fragile. I don't even like to hold them. You know, I just want to get them to eat. And it takes a while to get some of these guys eating. But once they start eating, they're at the stage now where they're eating well. They're starting to take, you know, I feed them hoppers and, you know, sometimes a little bigger than that. And they're pretty much eating every time. That's when they start to get like fun. And that's when I'll let them go because now I feel comfortable selling them to someone and I know they're going to eat. But let's go and see the creme de la creme. So in 2014, I bought this pair of double het snows. They were 2013s. I had to wait many years. You know, it felt like forever. I waited 4 years and I produced a litter of 39 eggs. I showed you the babies, and this was the only one, this male was the only one that I could consider a snow. I'm pretty positive it is. He's a lot lighter than everyone else. When he came out of the egg, he was very white. He's still, once again, achieving his adult coloration here, but he is exquisite. You can look at his head. He's got the beautiful red eye, and just he's really light. And if you see him next to the other albino, maybe I'll pull them both out. I'll see if they will cooperate. You can see he's a lot lighter. And he's, once again, getting lighter and lighter as he hits his adult form and his adult coloration and pattern. And I'll be holding him back because you know, you don't see many visual snows. Once again, I'm pretty sure this is a snow. There's no way to really validate it unless I breed him out. You know, he's not. You know, you would think you see snow like, you know, boas, and they seem to be a little bit whiter. This is, once again, it really depends on what locality you're mixing. You know, obviously all the albinos from Australia are Darwin albinos, and then it's I believe the what it was mixed into was the axanthic was Irian Jaya or Papuan carpet. So they tend to have a little bit more yellow in them anyway, a little more reds in them. He's really, really beautiful though. And like I said, this was a long wait. Some people are still waiting and waiting longer. So I should still count my blessings that we did get one snow. I repeated the breeding, like I said, this year. So hopefully the female will produce. Maybe we'll get another one. When you get 39 eggs, you know, it's a 1 in 16 chance. I actually think I got 2. I think one snow actually died in the egg when it was coming out. That was the only one that didn't make it. Of course, it was the most valuable one didn't make it, but it is what it is. And he's eating really well, and he always has since he was born. So that was good. You know, you always worried that the you know, double recessive will be weaker than the other ones, but nah, he's been pretty foolproof. So. A lot of people have asked me to see him. They wanted to see the bottom of him. You can see his belly here too. And he's light. He's very light. I don't know if the camera's picking it up as much as it is in person, but my video guy Tyler assures me that it's better than in person, he said. So the abominable snowman here, will be staying here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas for the foreseeable future. Hopefully I can get him up to size. Maybe we'll get him breeding next year. You never know, now that he's starting to eat pretty well. It's the carpet python. You know, I don't have a ton of carpet pythons, but I really love them. And this was really the first year I produced a big clutch of them. And I got to say, it's a very addicting thing. You know, I'm so used to, I have a lot of ball pythons, I have a lot of boa constrictors, and the carpet pythons just have a different personality. And I understand why the people who are obsessed with Morelia are, because they're just a snaky snake. And, you know, other snakes just don't, like ball pythons don't do anything. Boas have a good personality too, but these guys are just very unique. And if you want a great pet, or if you want to get into breeding something that's just a little different than everyone else, carpet pythons may be the way to go. And if you contact me, probably within the next 2 weeks on Morph Market, I'm going to start putting up some of these guys. I have the 66% double head snows. I have the axanthic 66% albinos and the albino 66% axanthics. So this guy, once again, staying here with me, but the other ones will give you great opportunity to produce your own snows. And, you know, we don't get much snow down here in Florida, but it's snowing here today at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Guys, make sure you hit like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, give me your suggestions, and we'll see you next time.